You urinate more at night, your legs start swelling slightly, and you think it must just be old age. But actually, that could be the final warning before your kidneys fall silent forever. Or perhaps recently, have your legs begun to swell a bit each afternoon, even if you did nothing strenuous? You think it's just your age, but sometimes those little things are actually whispering warnings from inside your body. And your kidneys, the most silently working organs, often speak up last when it's already too late. Each day, your kidneys filter around 189 liters of blood, keeping your body clean, healthy. But after age 60, they can begin to weaken, silently, without any pain to warn you. No alarm bells sound, just a few mild signs that most of us usually ignore. Are you sure you're not missing that final signal before your kidneys can't speak up anymore? So let me ask you this. Do you truly understand what your kidneys are trying to tell you? In today's video, I'll share 6 warning signs your kidneys are struggling, especially vital if you're over 60. These 6 signs have helped thousands over 60 spot kidney issues early before it's too late. No tests needed, no machines, just listening to your body and noticing small changes that can really save your health. Medical research shows kidney diseases often don't show clear symptoms until a very late stage. But if you recognize the early signs quickly, the chance to protect your kidney health and avoid serious complications is still very much there. So if you find yourself often tired with no appetite, or your skin suddenly becomes dry and itchy, don't ignore it, because perhaps this is your body's way of whispering, it's time to listen. Stick with me to the very end, because what you're about to learn could help you prevent the most dangerous kidney diseases gently and effectively. Let's dive right in. And if you've ever tossed and turned at night, needing to urinate, then lain awake, struggling to fall back asleep, then perhaps it's not just a case of old age makes sleep difficult. That is precisely the first sign your kidneys are trying to send: frequent urination at night. An elderly person passing in their sleep, sometimes it starts with those nights of urinating 3 times, something no one thinks much about. You're not just losing sleep, you could be losing your kidneys. From 60 onwards, many of us assume needing to wake up several times each night to urinate is perfectly normal. It's just old age, nothing strange, we tell ourselves. But sometimes that normal actually hides something not normal at all. Doctors call this nocturia, and it's not simply a sign of aging. It can be one of the very first clues your kidneys are having trouble filtering water and balancing fluids. When kidneys weaken, they can't hold water through the night like they used to, irritating your bladder, and you have to wake up multiple times. A study from America's National Kidney Foundation shows frequent nocturia is one of the earliest symptoms of chronic kidney disease, especially in people aged 60 and over. But what's concerning is most people ignore it, thinking they just need to go back to sleep. Mrs. Helen, 72, from Austin, Texas, noticed she started having to get up 2-3 times each night. Initially, she thought she was likely drinking too much water in the evening, but then she saw a doctor. The result? Her kidney function had slightly declined. Luckily, thanks to early detection, she adjusted her diet, cut back on salt, added light exercise, and took her medication regularly. After a few months, her condition improved significantly, and her sleep returned to normal too. Mr. Arthur, 73, from San Jose, California, however, was different. He also woke up many times at night for nearly a year, but he ignored it, figuring that's just what happens when you get old. One morning, he noticed his legs were swollen and he was tired for no clear reason. When he went to the hospital, his kidneys were severely impaired and needed aggressive treatment. Urinating many times at night doesn't just disrupt your sleep. It makes you tired all the next day, weakens your immune system, and increases the risk of falls at night, especially for older adults. But more dangerously, it could be a silent warning sign that your kidneys are weakening day by day without you realizing it. Nobody imagines that each time you bolt upright midnight, it's one more night your kidneys are overworking and one day closer to kidney failure. So what can you do right now? Something very simple. Make a note of how many times you urinate each night for a week. If you wake up to urinate 2 or more times each night, be sure to ask your doctor about your kidney function. Don't hesitate, because this is the best way to prevent serious complications. Kidneys don't sound alarms with shouts. They signal with those times you jolt awake at 2 a.m. or then try to get back to sleep. Remember, those nighttime bathroom trips aren't always just about age. Sometimes it's your body's quiet call. And if you listen early, you can hold on to your health, independence, and many more long, peaceful nights of sleep. And if those sleepless nights have left you tired, then there's another sign, small but very significant, that might appear during those quiet afternoons. Your ankles and feet start to swell slightly. If your ankles swell up each afternoon, don't just think it's tiredness. It could be your kidney's first cry for help before they silently fade away unnoticed. Swollen ankles or feet aren't uncommon in older adults. Many see it as normal after a day of walking, standing long, or changes in the weather. But sometimes your body is telling you something more serious. Your kidneys aren't working efficiently. In healthy people, kidneys help remove excess water. But when kidney function declines, water and salt build up, often starting in the lowest parts of your body, like your ankles and feet. So if you notice your legs swelling at day's end with a heavy, full feeling, quite possibly, this is an early sign of chronic kidney disease. Medical experts at Mayo Clinic point out painless leg swelling, especially in the afternoon or evening, is a common symptom in early kidney failure. When kidneys can't fully remove excess fluid from the blood, imagine your body as a small pond, and your kidneys are the pump. If the pump malfunctions slightly, water starts to collect at the lowest point, your feet. The story of Mrs. Linda, 68, from Tampa, Florida, is a classic example. She used to think her legs swelling at day's end was just due to age, but her daughter noticed it happen even when she sat a lot and wasn't doing anything strenuous. She was advised to get a checkup. Test results showed her kidney function was slightly declining. Thanks to early intervention, she changed her diet, cut back on salt, drank enough water, and did light exercises each morning. After just 3 months, the swelling almost completely disappeared. Conversely, Mr. Michael, 74, in Denver, Colorado, ignored his legs becoming increasingly puffy. He thought it was probably because his new shoes were tight. When he started feeling slightly breathless and tired, he finally saw a doctor. But by then, his kidneys were significantly damaged and required lifelong medication. Nobody thinks that the silence of your legs might be the first sound signaling a kidney is drowning. This not only causes discomfort when walking, but can also lead to high blood pressure, heart failure, and increase the burden on your whole body if your kidneys aren't treated promptly. You can do something very simple. Each evening before bed, gently press the skin on your ankle area for about 5 seconds. If the skin dents and takes a few seconds to return to normal, that's a sign of fluid retention. Record the frequency and tell your doctor at your regular checkup. You might think it's a small thing, but your legs could be speaking up for your kidneys. And if you listen soon enough, you could avoid a long treatment journey later. Don't let the silence of your legs become the price you pay for indifference. If swollen legs have caught your attention, there's another sign, even easier to miss, that can follow you all day: a persistent feeling of fatigue, even if you've had enough sleep. Sleeping a full 8 hours but still waking up exhausted. It might not be because you're getting older. It could be your kidneys silently letting toxins seep into your blood, day by day. After 60, morning fatigue is often blamed on just getting old, lack of exercise, or the weather. But there's a worrying truth. If you sleep enough, eat well, yet still feel like your body's just shaking off a mild flu each morning, that could be a sign your kidneys are gradually losing their ability to clean your blood. When kidneys aren't working effectively, waste and toxins build up in your blood. They don't just harm your organs, they make you feel heavy, drained, irritable, and unable to concentrate, even after a full night's sleep. It feels like carrying a heavy backpack all day that you can never take off. A report from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, indicates people over 65 with mild kidney function decline often show unexplained fatigue, and this can last for months before kidneys show clear clinical symptoms. Mrs. Ruth, 70, from Seattle, Washington, was once very active. She joined a seniors dance class and loved gardening each morning. But then she started feeling sluggish, despite sleeping early and resting properly. During a general checkup, her doctor found her blood creatinine level was higher than normal, signaling mild kidney decline. Luckily, she found out early, adjusted her diet, did light yoga, and rested well. After just a few weeks, her vitality gradually returned. In contrast, Mr. Thomas, 75, from Columbus, Ohio, didn't take his prolonged fatigue seriously. He drank more coffee, rested more, but things didn't improve. Only when he started feeling slightly breathless and having frequent headaches did he see a doctor. By then, his doctor said his kidneys were moderately damaged and needed close monitoring. Constant fatigue doesn't just lower your quality of life, it can also drag down your spirits, potentially leading to mild depression or social withdrawal. More dangerously, it's the silent trap of early-stage kidney failure very few notice. Don't let that nagging morning fatigue make you feel like a stranger in your own body, because when kidneys finally sound the alarm, there isn't always time to turn back. If you feel a lack of energy for at least a week despite eating and sleeping well, get your kidney function checked with a simple blood test, like measuring creatinine or GFR. This is the quickest way to find out if you're overloaded with toxins from weakened kidneys. And if you're still listening to what I'm sharing, it means you genuinely care about your health. So if this is hitting home for you, why not subscribe and give this video a thumbs up? Little things like that let me know there are many others like you, people ready to make changes to live healthier and more independently for longer. Pay attention to the smallest unusual thing in your body. Unexplained fatigue. Sometimes it's truly your body whispering that it's time to pause and listen to your kidneys. Kidneys never scream, they just silently leak. Every day, a little protein. Until you lose your ability to live independently because you didn't catch that first signal. Most of us rarely notice our urine's appearance, only its color or smell if something's unusual. But the truth is, a simple sign like foam in your urine can be the first alarm bell for a serious kidney problem. Healthy kidneys filter blood and keep what's needed, especially protein. But when kidneys are damaged, they can no longer control how much protein enters the urine. When protein leaks out, it makes urine foamy, like when you pour soda into a glass. Doctors call this proteinuria, and it's one of the earliest, clearest signs of chronic kidney disease. Especially in people over 60, if this continues undetected, kidney damage can progress silently for years before causing serious complications. Mrs. Janet, 69, from Phoenix, Arizona, was always careful about her health. One day she noticed her urine was very foamy and lingered in the toilet bowl. Instead of ignoring it, she took a photo and asked her doctor. After tests, she was diagnosed with mild protein leakage, an early sign of kidney failure. Thanks to early detection, she changed her diet to less animal protein, reduced salt, and ate more greens. 6 months later, tests showed her condition had stabilized. Mr. Raymond, 76, in Charlotte, North Carolina, wasn't so lucky. He noticed foamy urine for months but thought it was just due to strong water pressure. When his hands started swelling and he felt tired, he finally saw a doctor. By then, his kidneys were in stage 3 failure and required lifelong medication. Mr. Raymond's son said, "Dad was tired but didn't tell anyone. Only when his hands swelled did we realize." Remember, foam in your urine isn't always a hygiene issue. If the foam lingers, spreads like soap scum, and appears regularly, that's when you need to listen to your body. The longer it's left, the harder it is to repair the damage. When protein leaks out, it means your blood filtration system has started to leak, and no filter lasts long if it's being punctured daily. Observe your urine each morning. If you see distinct foam that doesn't dissipate quickly, make a note and see your doctor for urine and blood tests. Don't hesitate. A single checkup could help you avoid a long, tiring treatment process later. Many people live healthily for decades simply because they notice what others miss. Sometimes life is in the small details, like foamy morning urine. And when your body starts leaking things it should keep, like protein in your urine, then soon after you might find your own appetite changes too, for no obvious reason. You lose your appetite, feel nauseous easily, thinking it's just your stomach. But actually, every meal is a struggle for your kidneys to eliminate toxins they can no longer handle. If even favorite foods make you want to put down your fork, don't just blame old age. Perhaps your kidneys are so tired they lack the strength to filter blood, and meals are no longer a joy, but a warning. Many people over 60 start noticing they eat less, their stomach feels off, they don't feel like eating, even familiar dishes. Their old number one favorite. Sometimes just a few bites bring on nausea or a bitter taste in your mouth or indigestion lingers all day. Most assume it's due to old age or a weak stomach, but very possibly it's a signal from your kidneys. When kidneys no longer filter blood effectively, wastes like urea and creatinine build up. These substances can change your sense of taste, cause bloating, nausea, even prolonged appetite loss for no clear reason. A Harvard Medical School study showed poor appetite and persistent nausea are common signs in those with silently declining kidney function, especially in older adults, as their bodies react more slowly and signs are harder to recognize. Mrs. Carroll, 71, from Boise, Idaho, once cooked daily with joy. But for a while, she lost her enthusiasm for cooking, lost her appetite, and often felt mildly nauseous after lunch. She thought it was probably erratic weather or her age, but her son encouraged her to get a general checkup. The result? Her GFR showed her kidneys were mildly damaged. Luckily, thanks to early detection, her diet was adjusted, animal protein reduced, and she drank water correctly. After a few months, her appetite gradually returned. In contrast, Mr. Patrick, 74, from Salt Lake City, Utah, was complacent when he noticed he was eating poorly and felt nauseous after breakfast. He thought it was just common indigestion. By the time he lost significant weight and felt exhausted, he finally saw a doctor. But then his kidneys were in a fairly severe stage of failure, and recovery became very difficult. You see, losing your appetite doesn't just take away daily joy. It's also a sign your body is struggling to eliminate toxins. If kidneys can't filter toxins, then every bite becomes a burden to your body, not a source of life. If ignored, consequences aren't just fatigue, but can be muscle loss, weakness, even seriously affecting your heart and immune system. Pay attention to your appetite for 7 days. If food no longer tastes good, you feel full unusually quickly, or have frequent mild nausea, see your doctor to check your kidney function. A simple blood or urine test can give you peace of mind or help start early treatment when change is still easier. Don't dismiss that don't want to eat feeling. It could be your body's way of calling you to pay attention. Every meal should be a pleasure, not a worry. And if even your favorite meals no longer bring joy, then your body might be trying to signal one more thing, this time through your skin. If you're losing sleep from itching, for no clear reason, it might not be your skin, but your blood being overloaded with toxins because your kidneys can no longer filter them out. Your skin can't speak, but every scratch is your kidneys whispering, "I'm exhausted, please pay attention." We often think dry skin is normal as we age. It's just old skin. That's how it is. Many tell themselves when they scratch more or when skin starts peeling, getting red, even bleeding slightly on areas like your forearms and calves. But if this persists, recurs, and isn't due to allergies or new cosmetics, then quite possibly your kidneys are the root cause. Kidneys don't just filter blood, they also help maintain water and mineral balance. When kidney function declines, your skin is often the first to show it, as the body no longer regulates moisture well, can't promptly excrete toxins, making skin become dry, tight, itchy, and persistently uncomfortable. A Johns Hopkins University study showed over 40% of people with chronic kidney disease experience dry skin and generalized itching, especially older adults. More concerning, most of them dismissed this sign, thinking it was just a simple skin issue. Mrs. Mary, 69, in Sacramento, California, thought she had weather allergies as her skin was constantly dry and sore, especially after showering. She changed body wash, applied lotion, but it didn't help. Finally, during a routine checkup, her doctor noticed her blood urea level was high, a clear sign her kidneys were working inefficiently. After treatment by adjusting her diet and increasing appropriate water intake, her skin condition improved significantly. Meanwhile, Mr. Henry, 76, in Albany, New York, kept thinking he just had eczema. He bought topical creams, but his skin remained dry as paper, with a nagging itch that cost him many nights' sleep. When he underwent comprehensive testing, the results surprised him. His kidney function had dropped below normal and had been for several years without him realizing. Dry skin can be the first warning, and perhaps the last chance, before kidneys enter a state of failure. But more seriously, it can be the clearest first signal your kidneys are overloaded and need checking. So what can you do right now? Very simple. Notice the skin on your forearms, calves, back, and stomach, places where skin easily loses moisture. If you see dryness, soreness, or recurring itching, despite regular moisturizing, don't just switch creams. See your doctor and get your kidney function checked. Your skin is a mirror reflecting what's inside your body. It doesn't lie. And if you listen early, you not only keep your skin soft, but also protect your kidney health and all those healthy years ahead. We've just gone through 6 signs your body might be whispering to you every day. Not loud, not dramatic, just that strange fatigue after a full 8 hours sleep, a dry, itchy feeling on your arm, a night waking 3 times to use the bathroom. Many people ignore these signs, thinking probably just old age, it's normal. But sometimes those very normal things are what we shouldn't overlook. Kidney health doesn't come with warning lights. They don't scream. They just fade day by day, quietly but surely. They silently endure demoem until it's too late. But you don't have to wait until then. You just need to pay a little attention. You just need to listen to your body, starting with the smallest signs. Then you give yourself a chance to live longer, healthier, and avoid ending up in hospital just because you missed that initial warning. So, today, did anything in this video sound familiar? What will you do differently, starting tomorrow? If this has resonated with you, I'd love to hear it. Drop a comment like, I'm tuning into my body. Or share this video with someone you care about, because who knows what you share today might help them avoid something regrettable later on. Thank you for taking time for yourself and for your health. Wishing you good health and peace. And remember, never underestimate the smallest changes in your body, because sometimes what we dismiss as trivial is actually our body's final call.